Welcome to the video, guys. Now, some of you might remember, back in early December 2019, the snivelling shitweasel known as Nish Kumar, who is apparently a so-called comedian, but given that he works for the BBC, you'll have to take that comedian label with a massive pinch of salt. Because personally, and I think most people would agree, he's about as funny as Owen Jones. Which was also what a fair part of the audience at his gig back in December thought when they threw bread rolls at him as he appeared at a charity event, giving his usual anti-Brexit, anti-Boris, pro-Labour, pro-Lib Dem type routine that no one really wants to hear outside of his BBC and Twitter echo chambers.
But anyway, I'm full burkout in it. Absolute burkout. I know you want me to lose, but I'm not going to do it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Just need to say to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Can I shake your hand, sir?
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nish gave his time to come and support the charity today, and I think the very least we can do is to say thank you for doing that. But thank you very much, Nish. I think now is the time to draw the raffle. Well done. Thank you, Nish.
Now, as you can see there, you can't hear much of his routine, but it went down, obviously, like a lead balloon, and eventually told to leave the stage by one of the people running it, where they just moved to the raffle to get him off the stage and end the ruckus amongst the audience against what he was saying. Because we all know Nish Kumar, like most BBC presenters or staff at the BBC, suffer from severe Boris and Brexit derangement syndrome, that they can't even hold back for a charity event. But it seems that whole incident still burns Nish pretty deep, because he's been moaning about it recently, with The Independent running an article today, Nish Kumar, audience member who pelted him with bread over Brexit joke, needs anger management. Which is pretty nonsensical. The guy threw a bread roll at you, not a hammer. I wouldn't consider a bread roll to require anger management. But we know to these woke BBC shitweasels, words are enough to hurt their fifis, so I expect that bread roll was more like a brick to him. Nish Kumar has said he believes an audience member who pelted him with a bread roll over a Brexit joke should seek anger management. No mate, realistically, you should just learn where is the right place to give your left-wing anti-Brexit, anti-Boris rants. The Lord Taverner's annual cricket lunch was obviously not one of them. The comedian, well, that's a strong word, who hosts the BBC series The MASH Report, was performing at the Lord Taverner's annual cricket lunch in December when he was jeered at and hit by a flying piece of bread. Still makes me giggle now. Footage from the charity gig was uploaded to social media. I actually did a video on it and saw Kumar being escorted off stage amid boos. His set included jokes about Brexit and former House of Commons Speaker John Bercow, among other material. Yep, as you heard, he said he was going full Bercow before he ended up walking off the stage, looking like a complete pillock. At the time, Kumar joked on Twitter, in my defence, it was only one bread roll, and it missed me. Speaking to the Press Association, Kumar said that he believed the audience member should seek anger management, when personally I'm sure most of you will agree the guy should really be seeking some practice or a bit of training in regards to his aim, so next time he might be able to hit the target with the bread roll that he decides to throw it at. It likely won't be Nish next time, as hopefully he's not that stupid to make the same mistake twice if he's invited back there, which I highly doubt he will be. I'm entitled to express my opinion and they're entitled to express their opinion about my opinion, which they did. I think the guy that chucked the bread roll probably needs to be on an anger management course. I just think any time as an adult that you fling bread at someone, you've taken leave of your senses. Yeah, and part of that might be true, though it is still hilarious, and if I was a comedian having bread rolls thrown at me, I would probably laugh my arse off as well. I wouldn't consider that they've taken leave of their senses, I'd consider that I'm probably talking shit they don't agree with. And given the nonsense that you were saying during your little routine, and the type of audience you were playing to, I'd consider that taking leave of your senses to come out with the nonsense that you did. Kumar also said he was more surprised by the amount of press attention the the incident received than the bread roll throw-in itself. Yeah, there was a couple of papers covering it, but it weren't really massive news story all over the BBC, Sky News, etc. Not like the current one-story news cycle we got going on at the moment, that's for sure. The thing that was odder was the level of media interest in it. Don't big yourself up too much, the media interest weren't that big. A couple of YouTubers, including myself, made a video on it, but other than that, it was only briefly gone over by a few outlets. The comedian explained he's not really a comedian, he's just an idiot that the BBC paid to talk nonsense on one of their nonsense programmes. The amount of news coverage it received was frankly baffling. No, your piss poor routine is what was baffling, mate. He continued, certainly the actual booing itself, as mad as it sounds, I don't really have a problem with. I'm a comedian. Worse things have happened to me. Yeah, someone probably called you a tosspot on Twitter and you cried yourself to sleep that night. The MASH report will return to BBC screens on Friday 3rd of April, though without a live studio audience due to the human malware concerns. The series will see its participants film the show themselves from inside their home. So it's likely going to be 10 times more boring than it already was before, though I must admit I have never watched it once, and never plan to. But as you would expect, rather than taking the blame himself for his piss poor routine that went down like the Titanic, he instead sits there moaning that the guy who tossed a bread roll at him and missed needs anger management, when like I said, he just needs to practice his aim or take a few lessons in throwing things at a target. I don't know, maybe discus or short putt or something. Maybe you guys have got an idea for him down in the comments. But Nish Kumar has shown himself to be the salty little bitch that we all knew he was. Claiming someone needs an anger management course because they threw a bread roll at you is a bit pathetic. Have you never had a food fight before? Did you think everyone involved in that needed anger management? What an idiot. Now before I go, I've started doing live streams and uploading gaming content on my second channel. If you would like to come and join me for a live stream to chat in real time, have an interest in gaming related content on YouTube, or just want to follow me over there because you are a legend, the link will be down in the video description below and as a pinned comment. I hope to see you all there. Now as always, before I go, I want to thank our PayPal, Patreon, Subscribestar and YouTube members for supporting the channel, along with everyone who watches my videos. Remember to let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe with the notification bell and share this video as it helps the channel a lot. And I will see you all in the next one.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors. Slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going and we are glad to be going. We're off.